.net, the voice of Chester.
Being stuck on 76, 95, 476, 222. You get the picture. Anyway, jump on this train.
There was a guy in Willingboro, New Jersey, P. He was running a little counterfeit operation. What he would do is he would bleach $1 bills, make them look like 100, printing images of $100 bills. He would put those printed images on top of the bleach bills. And then the marker, so you go to a store, you pay with a bill, and they, they rub the marker over it to see if it's counterfeit or not. The marker wasn't able to detect these. So he was getting away with it for a minute there. So Hollis Forto, 38-year-old, he was the ringleader of the group. They traveled to Virginia in December of 2019 and January of 2020 to get real money using the counterfeit currency. You got change for 100? This, that, and the other. You got real money back, and they got a fake bill. Forto and his co-conspirators also used $100 bills to purchase items at retail stores, then return those items at another branch of the store in exchange for real money. Right. So court documents show that Forto traveled with a printer and a laptop to make the fake cash. So he was printing it on the go. We just going to make stacks, baby. We literally are going to make stacks around here. Forto was caught after the U.S. Secret Service found video of him on public social media account that showed him in a hotel throwing $1 bills in the air with a printer visible in the background.
Idiot.
Oh my goodness,
he definitely would have been P's Weekly Hero
with that one.
I'm a go-getter. Dumbass material all the way.
What happens if the engine stops? We all freeze and die. But will it stop or will it stop? No, no!
It's the D train with Darren DeVoue.
Oh, I love that one. Such a tonic.
Hello and good morning, folks. Welcome aboard the D Train with Darren DeVoue on CMPRadio.net. It's the station. I, of course, am Darren DeVoue, your conductor on this trip. Joined behind the glass by Uncle P, looking a little lonely this week.
Yeah, man, I ain't got my daughter, man. But we here.
I'm sure she has a lot to contribute. She's saving it up for next week.
Yeah, pushing the buttons and messing with the microphone.
She raring to go. Don't forget, for all your home construction needs and whatnot, renovations, etc., hit up LeBron Construction. Go to the CMP.net webpage, or go to LeBronConstruction.com. And don't forget, if you miss any of CMPRadio.net's content, check it out on the CMPRadio.net YouTube or Facebook page. P, there's this thing, I'm discovering more YouTube comments as I'm going through the old episode. Everyday 13, Computer Tech 291, or 291 Computer Tech, sorry about that. I'm like, whoa, look at this. It's like a whole new world opening up in front of me. I'm showing my age there. See, these are the pressures, P. You shaking your head, but these are the pressures of being live on air, unlike LeBron James, who has to tape his podcast. Anyway. Speaking of pressures of being on air, folks, I'm not sure if you heard, but there was a news anchor up in New York, New York State, upstate New York. Anyway, her name is Heather Kovar. And she showed up to work on air this week at WRGB station in Schenectady. And this is how her report went. Go, B.
More than 50 million people across the country's southeast are under warnings for excessive heat. And boy, don't you know that? 105 degrees in Texas today. I just spoke with my mother. That's what she's dealing with. It's a major heat wave. And it's just heading everywhere. We're so lucky. It's only 80 degrees here. We are really lucky here in the capital region. I mean, let me tell you about that. These areas are reaching such areas. I mean, it's Houston, Austin, San Antonio. I mean, they're not expected. It has happened. Like, you don't need us telling you that it's bad. It's like, Like, people are being told to, like, stay inside, drink a lot of water, and we are just lucky. This weekend right here is so amazing. Meteorologist Craig Adams is right here with your, Craig Adams. Why did I say that? Of course, clearly, like here, we're taking a live look over downtown Albany, and of course, just like me, meteorologist Craig Gold is working a double shift, and so he's in, and we've been tracking this, and we've been talking about just like what it's been like across the country and the different reasons that why it's so hot in other areas, and we're having really nice weather here. So let's get over to Craig Gold. Hey,
Yep.
Craig.
All right, good evening, Heather. And
I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem at all. Look at that. You people underestimate these pressures. She's sitting there on air, having to say all these words, excessive, Schenectady, New York, Schenectady, I don't know. Anyway, take it away, Papa P, Papa C.
Was she drunk?
Yes, she was drunk. She was messing up. She said these areas are receiving all these areas. Then she messed up my man's name that she tossed the report to.
I mean, that's the best thing you can ever be is drunk while you're giving the news, right? It's like, yeah, I can't be held accountable for anything that I'm saying currently, and then it falls back on you. You feel me? It definitely comes back real hard.
Good morning, Mom. Oh my goodness, yeah. So she's suspended for right now. She's off air for a couple of months. She said that she was exhausted. She blamed her disheveled appearance and performance and incoherent speaking on being exhausted. I guess so, from a fun night. Shoot. Oh my goodness. Did y'all anybody hear about this new proposal with the Sixers arena?
Yeah, they moving to Philly, right?
Well, they moving in front. They're supposedly, now here's the thing. Now that's the thing, man. So this report going around that the site of the old gallery is going to be, the site of the old gallery might be the upcoming site for the 76ers new arena.
So are you okay with the 76ers moving to the center of Philly?
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll stick a pin. Okay, if I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
First off, I don't see it. It's tough to see it working with our city, which is an old city, all right, and the way it's constructed down there. And I used to live down there when I used to live at 13th and Walnut, right? So, I mean.
You used to work down there, what'd you say?
I used to live down there.
And what'd you do when you lived down there?
So, anyway, but here's the thing. Like,
Street walking.
You see play.
All right, okay.
I was turning them tricks, man. Boys got to eat.
Hey man, listen, I'm not knocking you, bro.
Down there, getting that straight rate, straight guy rate prices.
Damn.
Oh my goodness, and it'd be funny. You know what though? My eyesight got a lot better because there'd be times when I was living down there, I'd see somebody before I started to really start paying attention. You'd see a woman from a distance. You'd be like, "Oh my!" Then closer she gets, you'd be like,
What you want? What you want?
"Nothing."
You trying to party?
No, man. No. Oh, I remember the first time we ever went up there, bro. Like, it was crazy. We were young, bro. We were young up that joint. And my man was like, yo, there she go right there. I was like, who? The babe I was talking to at the gallery. I said, what?
Word. That's when I'd have started egging them on. Go ahead.
I was like, cool. Listen. Like, I said, all right, go ahead, go talk.
You so should hit that.
Man, she got friends, bro. All right. Get over there, bro. When I say this was the first time I ever seen toes hanging off a sandal. You feel me? Like, I don't care what nobody say. Men, first thing I'm looking at as a man is your feet. You know what I'm saying? Then if working my way up, if everything is good, if some things can be a little messed up, but if everything is good, like it's like, oh yeah, let's keep going. I said, nigga, he dragging his toe. Then I looked at his throat. I said, oh, I'm out of here, bro.
Oh my goodness.
We definitely ain't doing this.
No, P, you weren't progressive.
No, listen, and I don't knock anybody. I am progressive in the fact that they can coexist. You feel me? We can work together. I just don't work on the same team that you work on. You feel me? Like I'm not doing that. But you feel me? You can do whatever you want to do. It's a free world, man. God gave you free will. You feel me? And with trust and loyalty, you have to understand you can't put what you want other people to do on them. You feel me? Like you just got.
Everyone's gay once in a while.
You just gotta let people live, bro. You feel me? Let people live.
Oh, shoot. But back to the Sixers. All right. So, one, there's all that congestion that I would see from events such as Pride or et cetera. Like, streets get shut down, all kinds of traffic and whatnot. So, I couldn't imagine. And I've been there, and you've all been there. We've all been there trying to get out of a game. I mean, it's
a game,
right.
a concert, like
anything, any event, right?
But traffic only lasts for an hour,
right?
So
okay, so then you take this and that, and can now mind you, that's an isolated traffic event, meaning you're down at the edge of the city. There's easy interstate access right there. All right, let's flip that now. You're in Center City. Good gravy, trying to get out of there.
If they want it, it's gonna happen.
And then not to mention.
What?
Well, not just the construction, but oh man, that's that too. The construction on top of this site, the way these companies cut corners nowadays. I'm sorry, but I'm reaching on this. I might be reaching on this.
Yeah,
one,
I think you are.
But I don't trust it. Like those old foundations, all those old tunnels under there, and you're putting an arena on top of it. I mean, I guess it could be this, but then you're throwing 20,000 people, or it's supposed to be 18,000 seats in there.
In the arena?
In this arena, yeah. But and they've just done a renovation on, or they're in the midst of doing a renovation on the freaking Wachovia, Wells Fargo, whatever it is.
Yeah, that joint was the first Union Center.
Yeah,
First Union ain't around no more.
Right. So, that's because these banks do like drug dealers. They just change up the package name.
Yeah, we stole enough money. Here you go. Take this. Take our name.
Our product shit. Our name's burnt. All right, we are now Wachovia.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with it moving to Center City. I don't have a problem with everything moves. Everything should move.
Right.
Everything should change. If you don't feel like you can build another stadium, and we need a new one, right? That there are tons of cities that have new stadiums, and those new stadiums bring in more money. You know what I mean? Like so. If we can get rid of the Wells Fargo Center or Wachovia or whatever the hell it is,
right?
Then we do that, right? But if we can't do it and have another stadium at the same time, then no.
Okay.
Because when you tear that joint down, you feel me? What you gonna put there?
All right. In the meantime, there's a renovation of the club level. That's what it says. It's supposed to be completed in the summer of 2022. I thought they were renovating the whole thing.
No, they can't renovate. How you gonna renovate the whole thing? You gotta gut that joint out and renovate the whole thing. And they can't get that thing done. You think about concerts and everything else that they gotta have? No.
Now see, this is the thing. It goes back to, do I have a problem overall? No, because I don't think
you have a problem with Raw.
No, overall. Oh. I do have a problem with the storylines on Raw. Monday Night Raw.
I was talking about the other Raw.
Oh no. No, anyway.
I'm sorry.
Come on, P.
It's a part of my stroke, bro. I can't.
be stroking.
This is what I be doing.
I love when my woman gets us saying my name when we making love. Clarence Carter. Sorry.
Yeah, man. I'm trying. Why are you saying somebody else's name?
Right. Darren DeVoue. Woo, shit, Darren DeVoue.
I gotta talk to you.
I was following the song, P. I don't think that the Sixers are moving at all anyway. I think that this is just one of those trial balloons that are just floated in the air. Because if nothing else, what do you think that this gets us talking to overall?
Say it again.
I don't think that the Sixers are moving to this new arena. I don't think that this is ever going to happen. But I think it's a trial balloon. What does this get us talking about overall?
The Sixers.
Sixers doing what?
Building a new stadium.
I think that this is Josh Harris's master plan along the whole way.
He do what?
Come on, man. Camden's across the river. He sees it calling his name. So I think this is what, tried to build an arena in Center City. There was all kinds of logistics. All right, couldn't get it done. So off to Camden we go. You
think so?
Oh, yeah, I think this is what he said. That's his eventual goal. It's been talked about forever. So remember, they moved the practice facility over there. That wasn't by
So did it become the Camden 76ers?
No, I think those. You know how these teams be doing it nowadays. The Anaheim Angels are now the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. How far away is it? How far is Anaheim away from Los Angeles? The San Francisco 49ers now play in Santa Clara, which is like a 45-minute drive away from San Fran. Yes, but they still the San Fran 49ers.
I mean, listen, man, you got to go where shit fits. You feel me? Like,
See, I don't trust anything that Josh Harris wants to do because
Who's Josh Harris?
Or the owner of the Sixers.
I don't know him.
Right.
I gotta reach out to him.
That's what these dealers like. They just move to.
I mean, isn't his job to make as much
Morning,
money
Tyrone.
as he's supposed to be able to make?
Right, he's running a business, no doubt.
Right.
He's running a business.
Right.
He's supposed to, get that money. And one thing I will say, one thing I will give it to them is that this thing is supposed to be being privately built. I can't stand when they come to cities going, can you spare a little change?
Why not? Are they not employing people from the city?
For how many days a year?
I think that thing rocks almost every month. I'm sure there's something going on in the Wachovia Center every month. Right.
I've worked with people, but then I've worked with people who work Flyers games, bartend, right? Maybe Sixers games too, I think. But either way, they worked with me at Outback as well. So you're still gonna
You gotta make money. You gotta have multiple with the recession that's going on with the money. You gotta have multiple streams of income.
I don't think these teams. So, for instance, these football stadiums and whatnot. I don't think these teams are hyping these stadiums up. But how often is the stadium going to be open? Let's say 8 home games. Then you got 2 preseason games, so we got 10 games.
Talking about football.
Yeah, right. But then we got concerts.
Concerts.
Bang.
Think
so
about,
another 10 days.
That Raider stadium. That joint always
couple
rocking.
Events.
It's always something happening in that Raider. It's Las Vegas.
I don't think cities don't make money. It usually benefits the team more than the city.
Taxing?
Taxing. Rich people don't get taxed anymore.
What do you mean? We get taxed when we buy the tickets.
Yes.
So that's money.
Us.
Is it not money?
These people.
So what you
why
want?
does the cities still have to kick up money to these teams? That's ridiculous. No.
Because the money comes.
No.
All right.
No.
Whatever.
That's ridiculous for a billionaire to come up to us like, can I hold some?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You don't think that's ridiculous?
I'm a businessman at the end of the day, so I understand business. You feel me? And it definitely benefits you to have money or access to money to help you build something that could further your business or help the city that you're located in. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll be the last person to sit here and say I shouldn't go. I can't go to county council right now and ask for some money. That'd be ridiculous. You feel me? It wouldn't make any sense.
City should not pay for this. Yeah.
I mean, like, city has tax money. City got soda money, soda tax money. You feel me? Like, help me build this drink. It's beneficial for you. Like, everything that takes place when 2026 comes here and listen, you're gonna need us.
Yeah, they definitely don't.
It's a mutually beneficial arrangement.
It's
like
marriage.
marriage.
It's a parasitic arrangement.
It's like
it's
marriage.
Parasites because they're making money hand over fist, man. There's no real a few people get some jobs for it, but look how they screwed up. I mean, come on, like vendors and whatnot, cashiers. How much are they really getting paid?
They get paid?
So yes, they get paid, but then the economic benefit to these teams, they pay what, $1 for all that parking space that they turn around and charge us $20 a head for, or $20 for every 4 wheels for. You know, like these teams make money hand over fist off of a city.
I see you want to complain today.
No, I'm just
that
gets my goat. That gets my goat with these stadiums.
Getting Darren's goat.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't think. But back to Josh Harris. I don't think that the Sixers are moving. Again, even if they were, I don't trust anything that man wants to do because he co-signed on the process. What Sam Hinkie said, all right, what we're going to do is instead of tank for one player, we're going to tank for a bunch of players. That'll eventually become one player. So there's that. Speaking of the process, but look at the remnants of the process. All is there is, good morning, Tyrone. Again, sorry about that.
You don't know who's going to be the player. Like, you have no idea.
which is exactly why you should not be tanking.
So what should
unless you
do?
have that once in you're tanking for LeBron James or somebody that you know is like, whoa,
you don't.
Mommy, get me that.
How many number one picks have been bust, bro?
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. I'm talking not number one picks. I'm talking. I'm talking. Whoa, can't miss, can't.
So you
don't
said,
think, don't blink. Get that guy.
So you saying LeBron James was that guy?
I'm saying, oh yeah.
For who?
That season that he came out. But let's not get into a long debate about LeBron. What I'm saying is tanking. Let's go back. Tanking is
everybody.
No, tanking is done. Don't unless you got a player like that, a player that is like a Zion Williamson. Let's take it to more contemporary. Look at he turned out his injuries. You can't predict, but look at that when you're watching it. You're like, whoa, that's something. His body, and yes, his body betrays him because at that weight, and he's so explosive. But back to what I'm saying about the Sixers tank for all these players, right? Mm-hmm. They tanked and tanked and tanked. Mm-hmm. It just comes down to
weren't any good.
The one can't miss. The one that you looked at and was like, whoa, was who? Joel Embiid. That's the one. That's the kind of player you tank for. Other than that, don't tank just for the number one pick because, like you said,
Nerlens Noel, Jahlil Okafor.
Yes, no, you don't tank for those kind of players. No.
So you're saying Jahlil Okafor wasn't?
Both of them are one way. They both play on one side of the court.
What side is that?
Oh, Noel on defense, Okafor on offense.
So one's a power forward, the other one's a center.
Either way, you don't tank for that kind of player. You don't tank for that kind of player.
I'm trying to figure out how you know the type of player before they on the court.
Because the player that you just say, whoa. Okay. Like the jump, that woman that you've seen. All right, let's take it to women. You've seen a woman that you look at and you're like, whoa. You don't look at every woman that just says
trouble.
Like, they don't make you slack jawed and whatnot. But some women, you're like, oh my God. She speaks to you and you're like, I can't.
Trouble.
You saying trouble? Now let's take it back to sports players. That's what I'm using that for my analogy.
Keep it there.
I'm using that for my analogy, P. For you, man. I thought going into this episode, folks, I said my ADD was going to take. My ADD took over for the episode. It was like Jesus. It took the wheel. Yeah. Man, P. I'm punching above my class. Punching my weight class with my engineer here.
Right. Nah, it's okay though. It's okay.
Oh my goodness.
I get it. We've been debating all morning.
It's all good. I love it.
Ever since you said it's hotter than it was.
Oh my goodness! Please, everybody who's on, can we get? Hold on, let me check on the YouTube page.
What you want?
Because I want to see all the comments. Because P said that it's not hotter than it was 10 years ago. Right. Even though studies are showing that the temperatures increased 0.1% over the past century, right?
So you said it's always hot.
But then we took this long roundabout way. He started off disagreeing with me that it wasn't hotter. Then, as we're presenting the factors and whatnot, he finally gets to, it's going to be hotter because this, that, and the other. I'm like, so you agree with me?
But you said it's hot.
Right. I said
it's hotter now than it has ever been.
Right.
And I said, well, it's typically hot the end of July into August.
It's the hottest part of the year.
What is the normal temperature for that part of the year? Siri didn't bring it up for you. Siri didn't bring it up for me. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to tell us. It's hot.
My bad. Go ahead.
99 degrees is hot. You feel me? Like, and it felt like 105. You feel me? Why do people have pools if it ain't hot? Were we typically living in a winter full months?
No. What got the whole thing started was I said it's hotter than it is than it was. Like hotter than. So this time, what my overall point was, it's hotter now than it was at this time of year than it was at this time of year 18, etc. years ago. P, did you get that part? Because it took you a while. Because then I said there's other factors that contribute to the temperature rising, especially in cities, because we're always cutting down trees. There's no shade. I'm on my foot all the time, smoke walks, etc. There's no shade in cities. We cut down a lot of trees. There's all these pollutants now in the air. And, of course, P, more people. He's looking this thing up because he...
I don't even know.
No?
No.
You don't?
I remember it being hot this time of year.
Right. I always looked at okay.
And I don't know if it's and we looked it up and you said it's been getting 0.1% hotter since 1901.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay, that's how much is that? Since
I was told there'd be
1901.
no math.
Right. I don't know. 10%. That's 10% hotter than 12% hotter than it. So 12% hotter would make it what? 97 feel like 109?
There you go.
Right.
Well, yeah, that taking into account the heat index
Right.
now. It doesn't feel hotter to you?
No.
I guess not. It feels hotter to me than it used to be.
It's always fucking hot.
I know that. That's I allow that.
I'm just trying to be a Republican. I'm Mr. It's not hot outside. It's always fucking hot.
Oh,
It's always hot.
people have always been shot. Yo, did you hear about Harden's new deal?
Hey, can you apologize, man? You were wrong.
But that's how Republicans. People have always been shot.
No,
Therefore, we need more guns.
Can you apologize?
All right, apology. Where am I apologizing to?
To us, to the community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've been silent. Like, literally, no violence.
Right on. Actually,
right. Talk about that.
Actually, there has been shot. It's a mother's group. That's out lately. But we'll talk about that while I look up. Did you hear about Harden's new deal?
Yeah, you got 2-year drink.
And then what cracks me up is the additional headlines coming out, like how he's, look, hey, I'll take a pay cut. Y'all sign whoever y'all need to sign to make the team better. Yeah, okay. He wasn't sacrificing. Look at this dude. We've seen this guy, right? This is not the kind of guy who does a team first kind of move. I think what happened is, when he's, players got their entourage, right? Now, entourage member one, he's usually, bad for being realistic with the star player. Entourage member number one is going to co-sign on everything. Entourage member number 2 and 3, however, maybe they have a little pragmatic view. I think what happened was James Harden's entourage member number 2 and 3 came up with a plan because Harden said he was going to test the market or something to that effect. And then entourage member number 3 fell down. Oh no, James, I'm tripping and I fell on the remote. And then, and then entourage member number 2 said, look what's playing. And then it was highlights from the season's playoffs and late in the season. And James Harden got to look at it himself like, oh, sweet baby Jesus, that's what I look like. Maybe I need to take, hold on. Where's that opt-in? Hurry up before these cats yank that shit off the table. That's why Harden sacrificed and took that pay cut.
That's sad. You brought that up all on your own.
Yeah, man, that's what he went to.
You need some friends. Like literally.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, you need some friends, bro. Hey, you really thought about that?
Oh yeah, dude, that's the only way. Like in my head, that's the only thing I can see happening. Because look who we're talking about, Captain.
Were you excited when we traded Ben Simmons for James Harden? Were you excited when we traded Ben Simmons for James Harden?
Was I excited?
Were you and I don't need a deep answer. I just said yes or no.
I was.
Were you excited?
Sure. That was pretty much my okay. Yeah.
What else?
It was an improvement. Like, yeah, sure. So I was happy and that's what I was going to follow up with. P. Right. I was more excited that Simmons was going more so than Harden was coming in.
I was excited Harden was coming.
Okay.
You feel me? More not because we didn't get anything from Ben Simmons for the last 2 years.
Gotta go.
So I have to be excited. Was I mad that we gave up the other players that we gave up? Absolutely.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I would have rather kept Steph Curry's brother. You feel me? And the other guy we traded and just did 1-for-1.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that didn't happen. So what ended up happening is the team, because of that trade, not because of Ben Simmons, but because of other players that we gave up, that fucked with our bench. You feel me? And it fucked with everything. So I think if we could have kept them other 2 players, it just would have been a 1-for-1 Ben Simmons for James Harden. I think we possibly could have went a little bit further in the playoffs. But because we didn't have that extra firepower, because my man went down with a knee injury, we traded him too. I don't know where he went. The bull that went down with the knee injury. The light-skinned dude, the tall light-skinned dude.
Ben Simmons.
No, the other. Did he have a knee injury?
I have no idea. Hold on. Light-skinned.
The only other light skinned dude on the team. Who's
only second light skinned 76? No. Triple digit heat. Yo, my mom lives in Arizona.
I love Arizona.
Boy, oh boy, we were out there in July, so I knew it was going to be hot in the hottest area. Yo, it felt like the sun was using my forehead for a chair.
You niggas are scared of heat.
Yo, no, that was different. Like, come on, the animals don't come out there. Nothing comes out. Nobody, anything. You're not out unless you have to be down there. You don't take your water bottle as a matter of convenience. You take it as a matter of survival out there. Faux show.
You sad.
Oh, but yeah, man. Speaking of the Sixers arena, right? When we were talking about that. So say that like transportation. It would be easier for me because I was living in West Philadelphia when I would go to Sixers game. Back when a working man could afford to go. But so I would catch, the Market Frankfurt line, then you get off at City Hall, then you're like, okay, we're almost halfway there. All right. Then you got to get down to Broad and Patterson. Sure. So you might get off at 13th Street or like Market East, Jefferson, whatever it's called this week. So then you have people who jump on the Broad Street line, get off right. You would get off right there at City Hall, walk over. And even people from the suburbs, you get off at City Hall. You get off at what? Suburban Station. Well, walk four blocks over to that's to say the stadium goes up, which I don't think it will. So security is a thing, right? Now, did you hear about this story at the Snyder Station down in Philly?
No.
This dude. Well, they have a person of interest. They don't. So I don't want to be like one of those people that say, "Oh, they made an arrest. I feel better." You never know if it's the right guy or not. Sometimes they just want to really beat that headline. But there was a rape that took place at the Snyder Station. A guy raped a girl. Well, it was a couple getting off down there, and he raped them. He raped a woman at gunpoint. 20-year-old. It happened at 4:30 last Monday. So they said, and this was on the 2100 block of South Broad Street. 40-year-old female victim told police she was with her 46-year-old boyfriend. They were approached by the suspect. Again, 20-year-old with a gun. And he pointed the gun and put the gun at the back of our survivor and proceeded to demand sex. Yeah. Now, that's my thing now. Like, God damn, I remember when I was a teacher and I was like, we were having active shooter drills, and I'm looking around, like, thinking about my experience in elementary /middle school, and I'm thinking in comparison with these kids and what we're doing at that moment. And I was like, Jesus. Now I'm looking at this now, like, because I used to get off at the Snyder Station because I used to live not too far from there in South Philly. Like, my God, so I'm doing that now, and I'm doing a comparison. I'm like, damn, if you're in a couple, you're going to have, like, active shooter drills. Like, you know what I mean? Babe, all right, babe, if dude walks up behind us with a gun, all right, this is our signal. I'm looking this way, or, like, that shit is, stuff is crazy, dude.
So when you meet violence in an unviolent way, violence continues to carry on. If the 46-year-old man had a license to carry,
okay,
and allowed the young boy to get close, you feel me, and then didn't blow his brains out,
okay,
you understand what I'm saying? Like, it'll keep on happening. You know what I mean? So at some point, I'm not blaming the man.
Okay.
But he has to protect his woman.
Oh, well, yeah.
Gun or no gun.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Like, that wouldn't have been able to go down. I would have had to get, you were going to have to shoot me.
You got to shoot me, bro.
You got to shoot.
You feel me? And when he shoots you, he's not
when he's shooting me, you get him, girl.
You run.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, there is no way in hell, bro.
None.
You hear me?
Not the peace victim blaming.
No, I'm not victim blaming anybody, bro.
But
there is no reason to do that. But I just know for me, you ain't taking this. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And the whole time, that's just craziness.
This is blasphemy.
This is madness.
You know the kind of world we got.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
man.
Right, there's certain things you live and die for.
I know that's right.
Really, and right there, I'm not taking none of that.
Oh, because then, and that's the thing too. Like, how you gonna come back from that as a couple?
You sat there, and,
Like, yeah. The next time, don't touch me.
and watched him.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Sad.
goodness. Oh, speaking of meeting violence with violence, P. These charges. There was a New York bodega worker, right? And what happened was this girl comes into the store. This was 2 weeks ago, and girl comes into the store. She wants to buy a bag of chips. She doesn't have enough on her card for the chips, so the bodega store clerk takes the chips back. You know, no squeegee, no gas, no squeegee. You know what I'm saying? But old girl goes home, tells her boyfriend, who then Austin Simon, and I was shocked by it. Austin Simon was 35 years old. This happened on July 1st, by the way. And I say Austin Simon was 35 years old because Austin Simon took himself, instead of saying, girl, here's 75 cents, bye. He took himself down to that store and went behind the counter and got in the face of this clerk, shoving him and whatnot. And the 61-year-old clerk
Pulled
out the stick. Well, he's Puerto Rican, so he's pulled out a knife before. No, I'm kidding. No. What's his name? Don't blame that one on me. Puerto Rican. What's his name?
Yeah,
That one
it seems
comedian.
like-
That comedian.
you're
When I was a kid.
Nope, you
my
said
man. He said I had my Mexican Express card, and he pulled out a knife.
No, you said it.
So there you go. Jose Alba was then the clerk. He was then arrested. They arrested him for murder. Right. But now the charges got dropped this week by Eric Adams, the New York City mayor, that actually came out in support of him. He called it self-defense.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, yo.
If the man doesn't have a gun, then use your hands.
Okay.
If a man doesn't have a gun, then use your hands. If a man has a gun or a knife or something like that, then you use a weapon. That's self-defense. But if you pull out and shoot somebody and they using their hands, you can't take an ass whooping or you can't give an ass whooping, it's murder.
Okay, so you're saying Alba was guilty of murder.
I'm saying if you're asking the question of whether or not the man had a weapon and was attacking you, and you just pulled out a gun and shot him, it's murder.
Okay.
Use your hands. Pick up something. Hit him upside the head with it, or just take the ass whooping and give up the bag of chips. Because it was all over 50 cents.
Right. Basically, that's what we're talking about.
You feel me? Like, no, like you gotta. I don't know.
Well, I think it was kind of, in my opinion, is self-defense. Because I mean, look, he's behind the store. He's behind the register. This guy's coming at him aggressively.
He ain't robbing him.
He's bigger than you.
Yep. How you gonna take the chips from my sister over $2?
Right. And, pushing and shoving, like, you don't know what's about to happen
He ain't had
next.
to kill him, though. He could have shot him in his leg.
Maybe he didn't mean to, but I know that it didn't have to. It went from a bag of chips to a body. Like, how does that happen?
He needs
Boy, that escalated quickly. Right. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Right. It really does.
Yeah, it's just craziness.
It really fucking does.
Oh my goodness, man. So P, I'm kind of surprised.
Wow.
By your opinion of that.
Wow.
I just, often the stories that we read of people defending themselves and.
Often the stories that we read are people actually defending themselves against people with other guns.
Okay.
This story is somebody just scared of an ass whooping. You feel me? Like, and then you pull out the gun.
Say 61P. That chin can't take them shots like
Guess
these.
what? You can pull the gun out. You can shoot him in the leg. You
So
don't
what if
gotta
he
kill him? You don't have to kill him. If he was not robbing your store or hurting, he was defending his sister.
He was shoving. He's up
He was
on
defending his sister, right?
No. At that point, that's assault. He up on the boy.
Then it's assault. Now, once you shoot him in his leg, it's cool. Shoot him in his leg and tell him to sit his ass down till the police come.
He didn't shoot him. He stabbed him to death.
How many times he stabbed him?
Twice.
How you stab somebody to death twice?
That's all he knew. He's Puerto Rican. What to do with a knife? Come on, P. Shout out to all the Puerto Ricans out there. Listen.
Yeah, I'm about to say you putting a lot of people.
Man, I guarantee you they're laughing. Whatever point, I guarantee you. They chuckled at that one. Oh, but speaking of killings that shouldn't have happened, Amazon was at it again.
Oh, shit.
Yo, yeah, man. Oh, they on July 13th, Amazon worker at a fulfillment center in Essex County, New Jersey, died. And, you know, incidentally, Amazon was the Department of Justice is, not the Department of Justice, excuse me. OSHA is investigating workplace conditions for Amazon workers. And so, called it. So, employees at an Amazon workhouse, they were transported to, the employee was transported and died to the hospital and died. And they're not saying what killed the person, but it raised more concerns because this was at a fulfillment center. And what just happened recently? That's a Amazon build event in July, Prime Day. So you know that those managers turn the speed up just a little bit on that conveyor belt to increase productivity. You know the routes for those drivers got increased just a little bit. And then, they want that out. They want you to be done at the same time.
Every time.
Right. And there's been plenty of times, man, they'll run you to death. They don't care. But Amazon released a statement about the employee. It said, Amazon conducting an internal investigation. Yeah. We're deeply saddened by the passing of this employee, et cetera, et cetera. Dude, one thing I know for sure, even just delivering, and again, you're revving up for Prime Days and peak day, peak season. They call it peak season during the holiday time so your routes are going to be heavy. You're getting 300 packages, and you're getting 160 plus stops, easy, right? So, but during the summer, and we've been talking about the heat, when I was delivering for Amazon and we started using those box trucks like the UPS Johns, those Johns ain't got air conditioning. You got 2 fans up there, but that's all only blowing hot air, let me tell you. There were plenty of times I would in order to drive in that truck, I'd take my 2 orders at night, stick them in the freezer, and then take them with me, sit them in the truck. I'm in the truck at 10:15. By noon, those bottles
melt.
Yeah.
And it's hot.
Dude, yeah. And you step into the back of that bad boy, it's an oven. That's why you bring let me bring the next 6 stops out here to the front of this joint so that way. There were times when I'd walk up on people's lawns, drop their package, take the picture. I'd look dead at that Ring camera, point to their hose, be like, take that joint. Cool myself off, get back in there for a hot second. It wouldn't take but a minute for me to dry off. Yeah, man. So they closed down a facility for the day, but that's about it. Another worker said she asked managers about the death but wasn't given more information. One manager told her not to talk about it. Get back on there and keep moving them, picking the packages off. We got to go. She said the frustration ran high. One worker said frustration at the warehouse ran high ever since the death. On Thursday, Amazon Labor Union President Chris Smalls, who led a nearby Staten Island warehouse to union victory this year, we talked about that. He said that the worker who died had been unconscious on the floor for more than 20 minutes.
Wow.
And that it was nearly an hour before 911 was called. Wow. And I have heard, heard that in the past. The first week we were on air, I think we did a story about a guy that killed himself at an Amazon warehouse. And they covered that body and were making him work around that job. I mean, it's not funny. It's funny that in dark sense of humor how greedy they are. You would expect that kind of thing from a skit, not reality, But that's how the greed is incomprehensible. I'm guessing that it had to do with heat exhaustion because like I said, it was revving up for Prime Day. They got those conveyor belts, adding that extra speed and more packages. So there's that. Speaking of cooling off. Speaking of cooling off, we got a story in a little bit about the worst pool party ever.
I'm so sorry. I'm pissed we ain't get to have our pool party.
Oh,
That joint was gonna be crazy.
Oh, I bet it was. Oh, well, damn. Well, a lot of pool parties, was it on hiatus because of the pandemic, or because a lot of stuff got shut down because of the pandemic.
No,
it just never.
You just ain't do it because the situation wasn't correct.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of pandemic, man, that brings us to what I've been watching. And speaking of the pandemic, right? Remember Joe Exotic? We were all into Joe Exotic and Tiger King. That had just shoved aside this one program that I was watching and used to love during the pandemic. Come to find out, the final season that got released in 2020. And I'm talking about, if you've ever seen it, it's called Rockmire, and it's on IFC. You ever seen Rockmire, P?
No.
Okay, it's about a Major League Baseball play-by-play announcer, right? And it starts off with him, blowing up his career, so to speak. And when he goes to, after 8 years in Thailand, a very forward-thinking minor league owner gets him back. And he gets him back because of the internet, Brockmire is blown up because of his explosion on air that got him fired from Major League Baseball. And this is the explosion. This is a recording of that said explosion that got him fired. So check this out.
Folks, here's the truth. Today is the 20th anniversary of the very first time that I told my lovely wife, Lucy, that I loved her. And ever since that day, as many of you know, I've signed off every single game the exact same way with a message to her. Lucy, put supper on the stove, my dear, because this ball game is over as Pedro delivers a slider into the dirt, count evens 1-1.
Now you're going to hear the audio change because you've been to a baseball game or even most sporting events that you go to at a stadium. They're playing the radio broadcast on the concourse. So in the show, they're flipping from the concourse to say people watching at a barbecue to the actual booth where Brockmire is.
Anywho's, I had some time at the ballpark this afternoon to reflect upon this wonderful anniversary as Ibanez slashes one foul to the right side. And I decided to go on home and surprise my wife, Lucy, with some gardenias. They're her favorite flower.
Mind you, right, that noise that you just heard was him basically sitting down a bottle. It was much larger than this. As he's chugging at it, hitting while he's calling the game, like a true professional.
Of it all was my wife. My wife, Lucy. She was wearing a strap-on, and she was plowing our neighbor Bob Greenwald. And folks, I do mean right in the ass. Fastball misses, just low, count goes full, 3-2.
Staying on task, though, still calling that game.
Say strap-on?
Hey, for you kids at home, strap-on is a belt with a dildo on it that mommies use to penetrate daddies as Ibanez strikes out on a high fastball. That'll bring Clark up to bat. Clark having himself a heck of an afternoon with two doubles. Bob Greenwald. I mean, that two-faced SOB. I hosted his kid's bar mitzvah. I hosted his kid's bar mitzvah. Here's the kicker. Here's what kills me. My wife Lucy has the stone. She has the unmitigated gall to turn to me and tell me that she is a sexual astronaut. I mean, what is that? What does that even mean? I mean, granted, Bob Greenwald's ass might be as big as the goddamn moon. That does not mean that my wife has been to outer space, okay? And that is a deep fly ball to right center field. That one is way back there. That's either out of here or lost inside my wife's big, fat, cheating vagina. Congratulations, Dan Hobart of Sedalia. I only hope you enjoy gelatin half as much as my lovely wife enjoys.
Who the hell was that?
Oh, that was Brockmire calling the game.
Where are you from?
Well, no, in the show, mind you, that's how the show starts off. That's the opening scene from the show. So therefore, you see how he loses his career in Major League Baseball.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, but then in the show, as the show goes on, that was season one, but which was released in 2017. So I was up on it up until 2020 when the pandemic started, and it just got lost in the shuffle of all the rabbit hole that I was going down as far as content. But there's other things that they do in the show. Now, what happened was, as the show goes along, its final season was its fourth season was its final season. The fourth season was released in 2020. And what they did, like some shows do in their final season, especially now, I noticed that they do that a lot nowadays. They jump ahead. So the final season takes place in 2032. And so, again, Rockmire is a baseball announcer, so baseball is a big part of the show. Fast forward to 2032, Bryce Harper has stopped playing baseball to start playing cricket. Why? Because baseball is dying, because games are 5 hours, etc. But not only did they do that kind of commentary, because sometimes it feels like that, like the game's going to approach 5 hours, like with all the relief changes, 12 relief pitchers and whatnot. But then there are other aspects that they changed too, like the world has become much more dystopian in 2032. Last week, Pete, remember we joked about all these daggone guns out there? Yep. And I said how we should be like the crazy Eddie of guns, yep. Or at least go to a gun shop and be like, we'll do a commercial for you, yada, yada. Come to find out, as I finished the fourth season of Rockmire this week, the writers for Rockmire, they were way ahead of me. Check out this commercial that was in the show's final season.
Hey there, America, it's me, your friend, Gatling Gary, and I got a problem. I got too many guns! How many guns? Well, I got this gun, this gun, this gun, and I even got this little bitch gun! Look at it! I got too many guns! But that's not all we got. Are you tired of your armored piercing rounds not piercing the armor of all those ATF tanks that are coming on your property? We got Uncle Uriah's uranium super bullets! They will a mother up! We got flak jackets, custom-tailored flak jackets for formal occasions, weddings, funerals, outlaw gay weddings, cockfights, gangbangs, bar mitzvahs, and of course we got all the above in kid sizes. And we've got water siphoning kits, chemical toilets, lime for body disposal, erectile dysfunction injections. We got it all, but what do I really got? I got too many guns! If you don't come down and buy some of these guns, I'm gonna blow my brains out. I'm not kidding! I'm gonna do it in front of my kids, so come on down!
Gatling Gary's gun.
Oh, you tripping.
They were way ahead of me. Also, there's a thing they talk about, this disputed area called, and they keep calling it disputed lands, but they never really elaborate on it. It's sort of like what's in the case in Pulp Fiction. Like you never really know what's going on with that, so you're left to draw your own conclusions. But yeah, 4 out of 4 trade tickets for Brockmire, man. Again, I'm late to the party on it, but I definitely recommend it. P, you didn't like that opening scene?
What?
With that audio from the baseball announcer?
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
That stars, it stars, you familiar with The Simpsons at all?
No.
No? You don't mess with The Simpsons?
No.
Hold on 1 second here. Okay, flipping over, open. Okay, general populations, cool points. Flipping to Uncle P.
You can't take no cool points away from me. The Simpsons don't relate to me. I don't relate to The Simpsons. They grow up in an area where there's only one black person in the whole neighborhood.
Here we go.
What the hell's wrong with you? Why did The Simpsons relate to you? Because it's funny?
Because they talk about issues that are going on overall.
It's not in my. It's not in
our neighborhood.
I have violence taking place in my community,
and they make jokes
day, bro. And they make jokes about that shit. So no, I do not watch The Simpsons.
If Jesus would have had a gun, he'd be alive today.
How would Jesus still be alive today?
That's what Homer Simpson said.
No. I don't watch. I don't partake in that.
All right. Well, Hank Azaria, who played, he played many voices on The Simpsons, but he doesn't anymore. But he's stars at Brockmire, and it's also starring old girl from what's her name? The cutie from that Bruce Springsteen, Bruce Willis movie, The Whole 9 Yards. Anyway. Speaking of Bruce Springsteen, you know he's touring again now, P. You want to get some tickets? No? Well, I'm glad you don't, because them Jones are costing $4,000. Shoot, I would just use Spotify. 4 G's. What's the most you'd go for? Like what? I heard them Barbra Streisand concert tickets.
See, all of this stuff is stuff that you do.
I'm just tossing out names, man. Why's it got to be?
I don't want no parts of that.
All right. What? All right, let's see. Average cut. Hold on. Let's go with that then. Mr. Hold on. Average cost of a Jay-Z ticket. Average cost Jay-Z ticket. Let's see. 2022. Let's go to SeatGeek. And all right. Typically as low as $45 with a price of $120. All right. So wait. This got who's the black Barbra Streisand? Like the black.
You don't know?
Mytholized.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I say Anita Baker.
Anita Baker? Mm-hmm. Okay. Because isn't Streisand's known for like acting and whatnot too, right?
I guess. I don't know.
All right. And
asking me what do you know about Barbra Streisand?
I don't know much
Obviously,
about her. I just knew her tickets
me
were expensive. That back when I was younger, when I first started hearing about ticket prices, because I was interested in going to concerts.
You was interested in going to a Barbra Streisand concert?
No. I never said that.
I don't know what you're saying.
You inferred that.
I don't know what you're saying.
I was talking about ticket prices when I was younger, and then it just happened I hear that the most expensive one, at least at that time, was Barbra Streisand, like 5 Gs. We talked about guns. Well, you just got touchy about guns. We all touchy about guns. Everybody
we should be touchy about guns.
It's raining guns. Instead of raining men, like the Weathers girls used to say, it's raining men. Ronnie Jackson, he's a representative, a representative in Florida. And he got angry about guns, looking a little unhinged in this video that he posted on Twitter on July 17th. And with the caption, "I will never," in all caps, "give up my firearms. I will never," in all caps, "surrender my AR-15. If Democrats want to push an insane gun grab, let them come get it." And we got the video for this nauseating sugar.
Hey everybody, this is Congressman Ronnie Jackson from the great state of Texas. I have a message for the Biden administration. If you're thinking about taking our ARs, you can start here in Texas. On behalf of all the law-abiding gun owners in the state of Texas, I just want to say, come and get it.
How nauseating of it all. Look at me. One, we talked about gun education on plenty of times, right? Did you notice, P, how he was holding the gun that was pointed downward? Never. What's the rule about pointing a gun somewhere? Never point a gun nowhere unless you plan to shoot, right? Or never point it at something unless you're planning to shoot. Never point at anything you're not planning on shoot. Right. My man had that gun aimed right at his foot the whole time when he was talking about my AR-15 and whatnot.
Well, you know he wasn't going to pull the trigger.
That thing is still, his finger's close. I'm looking at the picture. His finger's close. Oh, yeah, his finger's, it's a little too close. Yeah. But that's the nauseating part of these cats, man. Because, I bet you he's the same cat who are like, yeah, we need to sign this abortion ban. You know what I mean? Like, they're so full of shit. Because, like, all right, so then he'll probably want an abortion ban. But at the same time, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to this execution down at 5:15. Also, did I take an insult from another country far away that's smaller but insulted America? We need to bomb that country then. What? Now, if you excuse me, after I'm done at the execution, I'm going to, the gun violence rally, P? That gun violence rally that's being held? Yeah, I'm going to the counter protest for that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. These people kill me, man. They so full of it. Oh, speaking of guns, did you hear about this? Speaking about gun safety, P, there was now your wedding, you've been married, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, me, I've never had, but it was quite a happy day, right?
Say it again.
It was quite a happy day for you. I mean, usually my favorite part of weddings are the reception, but.
I was 23 years old.
Sucker. He ain't know no better.
I ain't know no better. My grandma told me to make an honest woman out of her. You know what I mean? And I listened to my grandma. You feel me? Like
the last time I listened to you, grandma.
I think both parties have to be willing to accept things.
Okay.
Right? It's quid pro quo, right? I give you, you give me. You feel me? So Yeah, I think with the right situation, you feel me? I can enjoy a marriage. I can enjoy us coming together as one because we're becoming one.
Right.
I can enjoy that. And I would definitely like to, have a reception afterwards.
Okay.
You feel me?
And then at a reception, you have that wonderful toast and everything.
Right.
That's always fun. I gave one of the best. I gave an all-timer of a best man speech, by the way, folks.
You were a best man for who?
For my boy Chris.
Right.
Yeah. But I rocked that, John.
Right.
Anyway.
I don't believe you, but
we got to get video footage somewhere.
Right.
Well, speaking of the toast, P, the toast didn't work out too well for 24-year-old Mavesh Lagay.
Oh man.
And she lives in Iran. Well, she lived in Iran. We don't have a pic. Well, obviously, we wouldn't have the picture that's on the article is like. You talk about me. This picture goes too far. It's not of her, but it's like a stock photo, but it just shows a body laying there. Well, poor Marvesh, it was her wedding day. They just had the toast celebrating the marriage, and a guest let off 2 shots in celebration. One went into the air, and the other one went into Marvesh, killing her minutes after she was married.
Damn.
Yeah, she was taken to the hospital, succumbed to her injuries. 2 other victims had survived with minor injuries. Yeah, man. This was in Firuzabad City. Dude. Like, I'm picturing the groom. I knew I shouldn't have invited your dumb ass over here. You always fucking up something. Always fucking up something. Speaking of parties, P. Speaking of parties, now I guess you can imagine. P, do you swim at a pool party?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. Now I didn't know because as I was older in the mid '90s, first pool party I ever showed up to that was predominantly black, black adults. Before I was no kids and whatnot, there was nobody swimming. I showed up in my trunks, wife beater, slides, and walking up there, there's brothers sitting around in crushed linen suits and whatnot. I'm like, damn, all right. They looking at me all side-eye when I'm getting in the pool, swimming like a little silly fish and whatnot. Man, well, after this video that you're about to see, which took place in Israel, at a pool party in Israel, the black folks that don't swim at the pool will be like, told you.
וואו, יש בולען בבריכה, כפרה. מישהו צילם את זה? הטיקטוק
And look at the floor. Now, you notice one thing you'll notice, like the floor or the ground of the pool looks like it's not the ground of the pool. Like there's a covering, some kind of covering.
Yeah, so that's what they do. So they put cement down, but at the bottom is typically over the dirt.
Okay.
Right? So the most of the stuff, it's like a plastic thing that they put into the ground.
Okay. You know that's just what it looks like.
That's a sinkhole.
Okay. Yeah, sinkhole that opened up, sucked one of the guests down.
Yeah.
43 feet. They eventually found him 43 feet down.
Damn.
Right. You saw that one dude early in the video. He's actually going near it. Like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to save him.
No, ain't no sense in both of us dying. Forget that. Huh? Here we go. Here we go. It was just a verbal fart. Excuse me, P. It's all right.
Your excuse.
Oh my goodness. Pete, you hear about we talked before, right? About those wine thieves.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some vino, right? We talked before about the wine thieves that stole millions of dollars in high-end wine.
Right.
1.6 million at a Spanish hotel. Yeah, they got him. It was a couple that initially pulled the heist off at a restaurant, and they stole $1.68 million, and one individual bottle was valued at $310,000. Damn. So, and that took place on October last year when we talked about it. They planned every minute detail. They did a nice distracting scheme. They visited the restaurant 3 times, so they ran their recon before they ran it. These were professionals. These were pros. But they finally got them. And you know what? They're pros because, unlike me, because you know what, out of all those bottles, I'll be like, we got to open one, right? We got right. We got to sample one. I mean, we already gonna. Why not? Would you have been tempted to take any?
Tempted to take any,
or have a bottle out of all the ones that you stole?
No.
No?
I don't drink wine.
Oh no.
Right. I don't.
Okay.
Like, so I'm more of a tequila type person.
All right.
And wine and tequila don't mix too much.
Not at all. But there aren't days when like you want to have a drink, but you don't.
It's tequila. Or it's Jameson.
Okay. Got you covered.
Yeah. I want to know what kind of tequila I'm drinking. I'm drinking Teleon. No, what is it called? Puff Daddy drink?
Oh,
Deleon?
yeah. Oh, Mom. Yeah, Mom brings up, Elion?
Yeah, Deleon. Deleon. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
On Entourage you're talking about, right?
No. Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy got his own tequila.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to only drink black stuff, man. I'm not making Jameson rich anymore, After I heard what his great-grandson did,
what did his great-grandson do?
So they were in Africa, back in the days, Irish, and he
colonizing as usual.
And he took a young black girl to a cannibalistic drive, and he took pictures, and he didn't take pictures. He painted
like
a picture,
snuff film type.
Yeah. Painted a picture of them eating her. Right. So I said, "Oh, yep, I'm not spending my money with him anymore." They's like, "Man, that's old, man." So what? It's still in the family.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour this bottle out.
Right down your throat. I still got a bottle. It's probably about a year old, a Jameson, bro. I try to find.
Let me help you out with that.
Yeah, I bet you would. I'm trying to find a black whiskey maker. You feel me? So I can start.
Jack Daniels.
Nah.
It was made by a black person.
Tennessee.
A black recipe that got hijacked. Yeah. Like a local like small business distillery. I'm sure we can find one. Hold on, let's check one real quick. Now you have my curiosity.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Again, you can't build anything without entrepreneurs, bro. You know what I mean? Like, entrepreneurs are the lifeblood of every community, right? Everybody, when things first started happening in this country, it was all entrepreneur work.
Oh, I love the name, Brown Sugar Bourbon.
Right.
Wait. Oh, we also have, when I Googled black-owned whiskey brands, we got Brown Sugar Bourbon, Rabbit Hole Distillery, and then, where's Rabbit Hole? Brown, I'm assuming these are South. Hold on, let's click on these and see. Brown Sugar is located in, yes, I'm 21 years old. No, don't remember me. Don't spam me. I get enough of that throughout my lifetime. Let's see. Texas. Okay. Actually, I might have saw these guys on they have a few locations. Wow. They have at least 10, 15 locations here. Brown Sugar, that is. Brown Sugar, babe. Do they keep that playing all the time? Like on repeat on any of their locations? I want to open, one thing I would do, P, I would open a business and play it on a loop all the time. Jeffrey Osborne's Wings of Love.
Yeah, I love that song.
And there you go. Just get Jeffrey to co-sign.
On the Wings of Love.
Oh, Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Oh, wait. I didn't give you the monkey?
No.
Hold on. There's a pic. It's got Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Not the monkey. All right, next to the pool one. Is there a video, P?
Next to the pool?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that pool owner, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, it's a bear or something.
Oh, just a bear? Oh, yeah. Shoot, where's the monkey video?
You don't have it.
Oh, man. Damn. Yo, well, damn.
Yeah. Where those two black two black gentlemen that just put out their whiskey. And that's what it's all about, bro. It's about creating revenue and creating streams of income for us.
Right.
You feel me? Because we're not a community if we don't come together. You know what I mean? Like, and we could be a community throughout the world, right? Black, white, Jamaican, Haitian. You feel me?
Right. And you know what? Like we said, I think we talked about it last week. Like the one, you know, in the book that we did, Cast by Elizabeth Wilkerson, and it said, you know, the one African girl said, I wasn't black until I came to America. You know, like you're saying, all people of color need to unite under all the name banners that you prefer. Like, speaking of which, Pete, real quick. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Where's this place at? Bourbon and Rye, Other Spirits. Hold on here. Where are we located? I'm looking at Rabbit Hole Distillery because now my interests are piqued. I'd like to have some specifically. Oh, it doesn't have their location. Up Kentucky, straight bourbon whiskey. So Rabbit Hole Whiskey is in Kentucky, P. So we're going to have to head west.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
All right, hold on. Actually, hold on real quick. I just want to check the maps. Maybe there's some. Because, like, you know how that does with the search results. Your highest ones come up are the ones that are paid for the privilege of being. Well, let's see. Google Maps. Of course, and I'm in our area. It says Google Maps cannot find anything matching your search. So I'm going to zoom out to get the tri-state area. And now I'm going to hit search. And now let's see what comes up. And again, Google cannot find any hits that match your criteria. Oh, man. P, you're big on manners, right? I am. Manners. You know, people using please and thank you and what have you.
All right.
So 6 days ago, a Connecticut man, when I hold the door for somebody and they don't say thank you, I still do a little passive aggressive, you're welcome. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do take it a tad as an insult when somebody doesn't say thank you when I hold the door for them. I don't know about you. You probably just go ahead.
I keep on opening the door.
Right. I don't stop. Right.
What I do is not a result of how you treat me or how you respect the situation. It's for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like forgiveness. I don't forgive you for you. Okay. I forgive you for me because I don't want to carry that shit with me every fucking day.
Well,
you feel me? Like, and I said it the other day on Thursday. I had a conversation with my man, and he was like, "Bro, for real, you know, you done had a stroke. Like, you really can't continue. If you want to continue on doing what you're doing, you're gonna have another one,
right?
You know what I mean? So in some certain situations, you have to say respectfully, "Fuck you."
Right.
You feel me?
Which is what 25-year-old Joshua Murray should have said up in Hamden, Connecticut. We don't have a pic for it. But Joshua, so he held the door for a woman who didn't say the obligatory thank you.
He spazzed out.
He pulled a gun on her.
But you see the type of shit you can get into by not saying thank you? Do you see the type of nigga I am and I'm holding the door for you? That's what don't work, bro.
Wow.
It doesn't work, man.
Oh, here's another one for you. Utah man. He got upset. He was at a yoga studio. This one that comes from the clutter car. There we go. Utah man, and this happened last month. He was in custody after shooting in the air. He got upset after getting kicked out of a yoga studio. Yeah, I'm like, dude. He got upset. He was acting unruly, etc. in the yoga studio. The yoga studio manager asked him to leave. He went outside, grabbed his gun, came back, and let off shots in the air in front of the studio. He got charged with breaking the peace, unlawful permit to carry, didn't have a permit to carry, etc. And also, they should have ticketed him for missing the whole point of yoga in the first place. Like, dude, that dude was not in touch with it. Enters in. Oh, P, I had a story. I had a video, because we did that video with the orangutan that grabbed my man up by the cage, right? And I had a video for this one girl. I'll bring it for you next week, because you got to see it. It was funny. Because this young girl in Mexico, she got a little too close, teasing monkeys, and she got what she got coming to her.
Yeah, gripped her up. I seen that joint. I don't play with them little monkeys, bro. Them little monkeys, they bad. All monkeys are something vicious. Playing with a gorilla, and I seen one situation where the gorilla was taking a poop and he was just grabbing it out of his. I'm like, like, I'm not coming over there dealing with them. I don't deal with animals, bro, because I'm not in the forest with them. If I was, what's the bull name that was swinging the Tarzan? If I was him, I'd be good. But I don't live with them, so it's dealing with our own animal.
Oh my goodness, yeah. You got to step back, man. And even no matter how far back you step, you think that's far enough. Take one
step back, some more.
Keep going. Yo, you said monkeys are vicious. They are asking. You heard about that? What happened in India? Oh, about the baby in India.
No.
A pack of these monkeys approached this couple in India. And they had a newborn, 3-month-old. They snatched the baby out of the arms of the parent holding it and just tossed it off the balcony. And
wow.
Baby died instantly, as you might imagine. But I was like, what a douchebag move. Those things are kids. What do these young boys call each other? What's up, dickhead?
Wow.
That's how the monkeys treat each other. That is,
That's crazy.
And there was another video in that story, like attached to the baby's death story. There's another a woman just recently. She got surrounded and attacked by a pack of monkeys in India. These things are running rampant. You got to start packing some heat.
No, just shoot
Shoot
the monkeys, bro.
Right. At least let off one in the air. I'm crazy. You want to see how crazy I am? Wait, hold on. There are two. Mom said there are two black gentlemen that just put out their own whiskey, and their names are Darren and Uncle P. No.
Yeah.
Would you go? I would go bourbon, P. Would you go bourbon or whiskey?
Bourbon.
Okay, we can start on bourbon.
I mean, I'm sitting here looking up a joint. They say it's in Delaware.
Okay.
Right? It's a distillery, and it's in Delaware, and it's like Painted Stave Distilling. Ron Gomes, he was an assistant professor of orthopedics at Penn State University when he teamed up with Michael Rasmussen to open Delaware's first standalone distillery since Prohibition. Located in an old movie theater next door to a church in downtown Smyrna, Painted Stave opened in 2013. The distillery makes Diamond State bourbon, rye, corn, and pot still whiskey, inspired by Ireland's single pot still. Other spirits include vodka, gin, and Double Trouble D.
I love it. Oh, we got Trouble D. I'm definitely getting a shot of that.
A hop-flavored whiskey distilled from Ford Ham and Dominion's Brewing, Double D Imperial IPA. While the spirits are sold in Delaware, Maryland, and online in Illinois, Painted Stave also has a cocktail garden for those who want to stop in and sip on site.
Well, there we go. I know it might cancel all my calls for next Sunday after we get off the air, P, because I'm headed straight to Painted Stave and getting me some Double D. Whoa, that
come. See how far things can go. Tricky.
That didn't come out right. Oh my goodness! But we were talking about animals, right?
You were talking about monkeys.
Well, I was talking about monkeys. Can we shift it over to from monkeys that'll mess you up to monkeys that'll just tear you up and eat you while you're still there? P, there was a bear attack, woman in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people get attacked by bears. Maybe that's just a wilderness thing. And again, I don't live in the wilderness. I live in where I live at, and I love where I live at. I don't want to visit. I don't want to camp. I don't want to trek. I don't want to walk into areas that are not for me. Okay. This area here is for me. I'm not supposed to be out there in the wilderness fucking with them animals. They already mad we done took most of their shit.
Habitat, right?
We are so why am I out there in their area saying, yo, what's up, bear? Let me take a picture. I don't want no picture. And I see a bear, I'm running. I'm not taking no pictures. I don't want no video. I don't even want nobody to know I was here for real. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm out.
You never gone camping, okay?
Never, and I never will. Okay. Look, 2-3 things you'll never see Pierre do. Go camping, go hiking, and getting on a cruise ship.
Okay.
Camping and hiking are completely two different things.
They go hand in hand pretty much.
But they're different.
Okay.
It's like shooting a gun and owning a gun.
Okay, right.
They're different things.
Sound like we're splitting hairs.
Yeah, I'm not splitting hairs. I just know what I'm not going to do. Well, then there's two things: camping and hiking, and getting on a cruise ship.
Okay.
First of all, my people came here on the ship.
Okay.
And we ain't went back yet. So you're not about to get me on no ship and have me. Like, and you're taking me.
Oh no, I fell for that one already.
My people fell for that. You're not gonna get me.
We're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
And literally, we're taking the same trip backwards, bro.
Right.
I'm not getting on that.
Right.
You know the feeling I'm gonna feel when I cross over that water. All the bodies, all the black bodies that's at the bottom of that joint, bro. I don't want to go. I'm connected to a lot of shit, bro, and I don't want that. I'll fly.
Okay.
Will I fly? Absolutely. So if you're taking a cruise, you going to the Bahamas, I'll meet you there. You feel me? But I'm not doing none of that. I'm good.
Oh well, a woman was killed in Montana last year, and this year the report just came out, 26 pages about the attack. She was 65-year-old retired nurse, and she was killed in Ovanda, in Montana. They said that this bear was predatory. It had learned to start tracking human food. Like, it was after human food. Like, it didn't want to.
I'm after humans. I eat humans.
Yeah, that's what the report found that Locan, her name was Leah Davis Rocan, 65-year-old retired nurse. And
she died?
Yeah, that bear had at her. The report found that Locan had originally chased the bear away 1 hour before it came back.
Shoot the bear.
Yeah, or go. Like, once you chase a bear off, it's time to go, man.
He said, you don't got no guns for me?
Right.
Shoot them. That's why AR-15s were created.
Exactly. That's what it's for, to take down something like that.
You can put into them. Like, if I'm camping, trust me, I'm gonna have a gun.
Yeah.
And trust me, it's gonna shoot real bullets. Cause I'm owls, bears, all that stuff. I don't want nothing hooting at the end of the where it's at. I mean, night vision, heat vision, and all that. I'm taking it out. You can't be out here shooting. Listen, if it can attack me, I will shoot it.
You got to keep your food far away from the site too.
I need to eat.
And up in the tree. Keep that thing away from you.
I got my AR-15. Heat vision goggles, bro. If I see a bear, I'm shooting it.
Oh my God!
Immediately.
Okay, so.
You want to watch the video?
Oh no, there's no. Oh, that's not video of that. Well, what happened was Leah had pinched her tent not far from a hotel that her sister was staying at, so she wasn't even out in the wilderness. Yeah. This bear learned to come after human food, and eventually, in Leah's case, humans. So initially, it was reported that around 3 a.m. Locan woke to the sound of a 417-pound bear huffing at her head outside the tent. She woke the person that she was with, who helped scare the bear off. She refused an offer from Coles to stay in the hotel, because that's when Coles was like, all right, I'm out. I'm going to the hotel. And she was like, nah, I'm going to stay here. So, I mean, you could almost say that she died of a natural cause.
For it. Wow.
Oh my God, yeah, man. So autopsy report found that she was killed instantly. The bear severed her spine and broke her neck.
They say bears' claws are so sharp that they fillet.
Yeah,
fillet your skin.
Rip right through that thing.
Boy, that's not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. The bear died. Bear was killed by officials several days later, by the way. DNA test confirmed that it was the bear. Yeah.
Right.
Because he also raided the chicken coop hours after killing Leah, so he was on it. Oh, excuse me. This bear encounter. This is a happy ending to this bear encounter. This is at a golf course in Canada. And some bears want to eat humans. Some bears want to be humans. Go ahead and roll the video, P. Move over. I'm driving. Move over. Y'all got some beers in that cooler, right? I love how the bear walked up for a second. Like, move. I'm driving. I got
Get out my way. And he stood up on his hind legs. Like, I'm just as tall as you are.
Right. What, nigga?
You don't know
I said I'm driving. I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. But you said it right there. Stay away. But did you notice how close those dudes got to the bear in that video?
Yeah.
It's insanity.
That's what happens when you think you belong everywhere.
Yeah.
You think you own everything.
Oh my goodness. Did you hear about? We did a story. P, remember that? It's pretty unforgettable. We did that story about old girl that was in her apartment. She woke up. She lived in Texas. She woke up to the blood seeping that is spraying, leaked through the ceiling above her. Got into her ceiling fan and sprayed all over her and her belongings. Yeah. All right. And that blood turned out to be her neighbor that had died a few days earlier and was decomposing upstairs. Right. Well, this one, it's kind of like and that one took place in Texas. You know how Texas and Florida are always trying to outdo each other as far as the crazy goes now. So in Tampa, this happened this past week. The bodies of 3 people were found inside a Florida condominium. This was last Sunday, shortly before 10 p.m. 911 caller reported blood coming from the ceiling, and West Palm Beach police showed up and got into the condominium and found 3 dead people there. They're doing an autopsy to find out the cause of death, but they're saying that the police didn't say how the individuals were killed, but investigators did find a gun in the bedroom. And, of course, medical examiner will determine the cause of death. The neighbors who called 911, they reported a domestic dispute, and there was no sign of forced entry into the home. So, looks like one of those situations. But, so it doesn't say, because they had to have been there a while. They must not have, I don't know. Or no, they weren't decomposing. Like, that was their other story. I should have had this picture. Oh, never mind. We'll skip that one. P, we talked about thefts for a hot second. I almost missed this one.
You talk about who?
Thefts.
What?
This Jameson's getting me. No, the thefts. Thefts.
So you playing?
Thefts. Yeah. Say that again. Thefts.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I said.
What the hell's wrong with you?
But we were talking about the wine people that got caught.
Okay. They stole wine?
They stole wine. They stole 1.6 million in wine, right? But did you hear about recently, this past week, these guys stole 600 million. Wait, what was it?
Oh,
Son of a
you don't even
bitch.
got the number.
It's right there in front of me. And now the ad pop-ups. Damn with these ad pop-ups. 150 million. Shh.
And what?
Jewels, which is even better. Ain't no serial numbers on those. They pulled off the heist. They cut it's straight out of Ocean's 11. They wound up swiping $150 million in jewels from an armored Brinks truck. Yeah. As it drove from one convention show to another.
Damn.
So they pulled off the stunningly brazen theft, and they got some vintage one-of-a-kind pieces stuffed into 25 to 30 bags in the back of the high-security vehicle. It says, oh man, there are a lot of diamond vendors, so they were going to be picking up diamonds for diamond vendors and whatnot. So a lot of these guys, that's their business, in the diamond business, obviously. But they're taking a hit for that because one diamond vendor said, my life, that's how I live, that's how I feed my kids. And he lost out. We're looking at a 19-karat yellow diamond with over 100 carats of multicolored sapphire, the jeweler said, of some of his items. Sunday you had merchandise. Today you don't have anything. So, yeah, obviously the feds are investigating, but they're not saying how you did it. Oh, wait. Did they say? The pressed cargo had been loaded onto a Brinks truck the night before after an international gem jewelry show in San Mateo, which is south of San Fran. Loot was being driven more than 5.5 hours away to another showcase at the Pasadena convention, and Pasadena is north of L.A. The truck made it to its destination when it was robbed in the mountain community of Fraser Park, says the FBI. Further details of how the robbery occurred weren't released. And it wasn't clear if there was surveillance video of the heist. Brinks disputed the estimate on the stolen jewels. I know that's right, for insurance purposes, because you're damn sure getting sued. Brinks said it was less than $10 million. Or maybe now, do you think the vendors would pull a little scam too, P? Oh man, I didn't have 50,000 in jewels. I had 500,000 in jewels on that van.
I mean, listen, it could happen.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, but at the end of the day, what else are you giving?
All right.
You feel me? But that excuse. You know what I mean? Like $5,000 worth of jewelry was stolen.
Son of a bitch.
Let's say it was 60,000.
Right.
We get our money back. Listen, give your wife a ring. You know what I mean? Sad, but it happens.
Well, speaking of giving a wife a ring, now that one story we talked about with weddings was sad, the one in Iran, but this one is kind of sad too. Now this wasn't a wedding, P, but one thing that results from a wedding is what? Kids. Sometimes a kid can come before a wedding, but man. So check this out, P. Now you know, in China, you know they can be a little different when it comes to kids. Like, you know, I've joked about life is cheap in third world countries, right? But when you have billions upon billions of people, I think that life becomes even cheaper. So, and I don't have kids, but I definitely wouldn't drop it off at school, all right? That's unless, of course, I've had the kid and he's a 5-year-old boy, and then I find out that he's not mine, like this dude in China. My man found out that the 5-year-old was not his biological son.
Ooh.
So my man packed up the kids with his clothes. He dropped them off in kindergarten and said,
no, he didn't.
He said,
that's fucked up.
Right?
You've been raising that kid for 5 years.
Right.
And you just gonna drop him off and not come back?
Oh my goodness. So then the kid had been at the school for a while, hadn't heard from dad. Was like, So the teacher went to the house where dad's address. This was empty. It looked like
that nigga moved out. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
That's fucked up.
I know, right?
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So what happened to the boy's mom?
Oh, well, they got a hold of the biological, they contacted one of the parents, and they eventually got in touch with the father. But then again, he's not the father. And so Chen was his name. He said that
Chinese.
Chen, yeah. Chen said
he out. And that's the thing. That's the thing. We always talk about the things we don't accept. That right there, if he introduced that child to his mother.
Oh my God. And they get it at 5 years. Oh no.
And he's not yours? Oh.
Millie be like, he is now. Too late.
Like, nah, the Chinese, they don't play like that. Chinese, Japanese, whatever he is, they don't play like that.
Hello? Come back and get him. What? You're breaking up.
He ain't mine.
I'm going through a tunnel. I gotta go.
Call his mother. Here's her number. Well, where's the mom at?
So Chen discovered later that the boy packed him up, and they got in contact with somebody. The mother. The mother was expected. She's expected to pick the boy up this week.
Where was she at?
That's what it doesn't say. And you know what? A lot of people were outraged in China. Most of the comments, the Chinese comments, they were upset because the boy is innocent. You know, and that's fine. I understand that the boy is innocent, but under Chinese law, the father has not committed the crime of abandonment because the kid is not his. However, if the biological mother refuses to raise him, she would be committing a crime and could be placed under jail under detention for 5 years. Shoot, out there in China, you better get that kid, lady. I ain't going to one of them jails. They take canes to your feet just for fun, I bet. Parents abandoning children is not uncommon in China, but the number of orphans has declined in recent years. I'd say that one-child policy certainly helped. You know, in England, P, they had a policy for a hot minute. They introduced, it was in the 1800s, English Parliament introduced a law where, say a child is born of an extramarital affair. So I'm married, I impregnate a woman and who's not my wife. And according to this law that was written in England at the time, I could just, like my man, say, and just fly away. So I'm sitting there reading this at the time when I was finding out about this law. Years later, obviously they repealed it. The whole aim of this law was to try and cut down on extramarital affairs. And I'm like, no, guys, I think it's going to have the unintended effect of guys saying, hell, I can go make this baby and I got to deal with it after that. No, girl, I ain't bring no baby home. I left that kid right where he was, where his mama had him at. Like, yeah, the unintended consequences of laws, man. I can't hear you, Pete.
Whose responsibility is that to take care of that child now?
At that point?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So that wound up so of course the number of unwanted children in orphanages spiked after that law, which is when they looked at it like, whoa, I think we got a little wrong here. In fact, they had businesses called baby farms where you could literally, like, women would,
I'm saying,
we hold a house.
Who's responsible? Everybody's accountable. And I always tell people, you can't hold me any more accountable than I can hold myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's key. But at what point do you understand what you're doing? We having sex, you have a kid. In England, they say, all right, the father can walk away if he's married. You know what I mean? So that's law. Now it's on the women. And if the women are giving up the kid too, you didn't really want the kid, you wanted the man.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
and studies have shown that.
Yeah. They called the grandparents too, and they said no picking up.
Oh, Mom heard about this too. I love how informed my mom. That little person
that little boy had been at the school for a week.
He's still there. Wow. Damn.
Yeah, I can't walk away from my kids though.
No.
You feel me? But
yeah, no, and I couldn't. I'd have a hard time walking away from, like, to find out the kid wasn't mine. I'd be a little, I don't know. I'd have, after 5 years, you get kind of and well, the kid is just suddenly abandoned. He winds up at an orphanage. Like, whoa, an angry little person, he would turn up to be a big little person after that, being abandoned like that. Oh my goodness, man. How about something on a happier note, P? We haven't done a Florida man story in a long time because it's been being Texas man. But what if I told you, we talked before about the progressiveness of ISIS and how they have now a all-female battalion, right, that they're working on. Well, what if Florida man becomes Florida woman? Last Tuesday, Florida woman was arrested after she was seen causing a disturbance outside of Publix.
Is this Florida man's sister?
Yeah, right. She might as well have been, because she was holding a whip and a pitchfork, yelling, "God is great." I thought she was naked too. I thought I read a part that she was naked. Dash cam footage picked her up. She was shortly walked away. She pointed her pitchfork at the cop before making a power pose. The interior coroner recorded Sloan's interaction with the officer. She was later booked into Lake County Jail on charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, because it's saying she stabbed a minivan with her pitchfork, causing damage to it. She was also trying to sell some teddy bears. So, I mean, maybe that's just her. You got to draw attention to your business, right? I mean,
what's her business?
Her business was selling. She was selling teddy bears outside of the Publix while she had this whip and pitchfork. So, I mean, you call attention to your business. What's his name? P.T. Barnum used to have a trick where, say, for instance, he'd pay somebody to have bricks, and then the guy would just go. He would go down the street from where Barnum wanted him to lead people to, and then the guy would take the bricks and then just do like, take one brick, and then slowly like doing something silly like that, right? And so the guy is moving the bricks up the street bit by bit. But the whole thing is to get attention, because people's natural curiosity, they'll be like, what is this guy doing? And they'll just look. And then after a minute, you turn around, he's led you right to, your eyes are going to go right to that business where he's trying to lead you to.
Wow.
So maybe that's what she was up to. God is great. Now, careful, I'll stab you with this pitchfork. And since I got you here, check out these bears, these lovely, cuddly fellas right here. No? Pete, we talked earlier about, again, sorry about the disorder, folks. The A.D.D kicked in this week. It took the wheel. Pete, when we talked about, hold on. Oh, we talked about rappers plenty, right? We were talking about when I was living in the neighborhood, we made jokes and whatnot. But, like the pronoun game that's going on nowadays with the alphabet folks. With the, come to find out, like the they and the them, right? I've heard about it, but now I started to do a little more research into it because this week, because I've heard people say the term, oh, I'm non-binary. All right, sure. But come to find out, non-binary means that this person doesn't see themselves as in the traditional gender roles of male or female. They see themselves as more than such. But did you hear about Little Uzi Vert, P?
No, what'd he do?
Oh, you didn't hear about Little Uzi Vert?
I don't.
Little Uzi Vert this week.
He got his diamond removed from his forehead.
That's my man. Oh, he needed to do that for that thing. Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Somebody
before.
snatched it.
Yeah, somebody snatched that joint. I didn't make the connection, P, that's the same dude, because Little Uzi Vert came out this week on Instagram. He is non-binary.
Huh?
Yeah. So he wants to be referred to as non-binary folks, I guess from what I've read, prefer to be referred to not as he, but as they or them. So if I'm talking about Little Uzi Vert, I gotta say they over there, right there. Where Uzi at? Oh, they over there. So
what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? Well, I'm not going to remember it, so they can't get offended. Like if you want me to keep referring to you as they or them, like listen, we talked about the lifestyle. We talked about the difference in lifestyle, and again, many times I've said I don't care what that dude does with his junk because I got my own junk to worry about.
Everyone's gay once in a while.
Exactly. So, but the they and them part, and if you want me to refer to you as they or them, sir, I need you to take a blow-up doll and tape it to your shoulder or handcuff yourself to it, because otherwise I'm not going to remember they or them. I need to see the plural in order to remember that.
Wow.
Folks are trying to change up. No, P, I'm not having it. You're trying to change the basis of fundamentals of the English pronouns.
Wanted to apply for you.
Right.
I know it's hard.
It's all about me. Oh my goodness. P, I got a short list for you this week, man. For P's Weekly Hero. I got a short list. And it's only one person because we stopped taking entries after this guy. We stopped taking entries. And where is he? Oh my goodness. You joked about I got a rock band I'm going to introduce you to next week. But hold on, where is he? 25-year-old. Where the fuck? Sorry, P. Oh my, I'm boring them to tears today, folks. Hold on, where is it at? 25-year-old who rushed into it. He's your hero. I made an executive decision, and now I can't believe. Hold on, he saved. Man runs in the building. Hold on here. Here we go. Oh, now when I do it, man runs in the building, saves 5 people. This never works out. Seized by 5 people. He's not saved. See, I think Google be trying to be funny. Saves 5 people. There we go. Oh, son of a bit. Control B. How do you go back, P? I don't know. No, man. He went into a. It says, hold on. I fuzzed this up. Man, 25-year-old. He was a 25-year-old. Saves 5 people. Fire. There we go. How about that? There we go. P, your hero is going to be this 25-year-old in Indiana who was delivering pizzas when he saw a fire. He's passing by a building that was on fire. Nick Bostic, and this took place on July 11th in Indiana City. I'm going back to Indiana. Lafayette, where, Purdue is in East Lafayette, right? Well, I guess East Lafayette. No, not really. They might not be that close because you see how close Chester and Westchester are. Anyway, son of a bitch. Anyway, 25-year-old, he was delivering pizzas, jumped out of his car, rescued 3 people from the fire, right? Now he's starting to get overcome with smoke inhalation. He comes running back out with a couple more people, P, and then that's when the people inside are like, yo, there's still a 6-year-old in there. So then Mr. Bostic was like, I'll be right back. He runs back in, saves the 6-year-old, jumps out of the second-story window because by the time he grabs the 6-year-old, by the time he's trying to make his way back to the front, he's cut off by the fire. Oh. So he wound up having to kick the glass out and then of the second-story window and then jump through. He got a nice cut on his leg that he had to be treated for, but aside from that, he was okay. Yeah. So there you go, P.
Well,
he is. You can't beat that. I mean, my man, he said I slammed on the brakes. I saw people that needed help, and then
got out and helped,
and then made it happen.
That's all it's about.
Like
where you see change that you can affect, you affect change. You feel me? Where you see things that you can do, you fucking do them, right?
Right.
It shouldn't be a whole lot of, oh no, that's not for me. They not my people. Nah, everybody should be your people.
And it takes a lot of courage for that, for that kind of mindset to do that, man.
Would you do that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd have delivered the pizza first, tried to get my tip, and then I came back. No, I'm just kidding.
That pizza got to wait.
No, I definitely would have. Because, what happened, he saw, now this is how it started though, P. I forgot, I left that part out. Because he was driving by the house, it was on fire. He slams on the brake. The house is on fire. He goes up, and then he starts yelling into the house because he's checking to see if people are there. The people that were there were sleeping. He woke them up. So that's why most of them wound up coming out.
Yeah, when fires like that take place, man, it's usually when people are asleep.
Yeah, and it was 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a fire at Eddystone, man. I wasn't here. I was in Arizona, and it was about the same time.
No kidding.
You know what I mean, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, kids were in there. Ex-wife was in there. My cousin was in there. All right, we lost everything.
Oh,
literally.
Damn.
And but we got everything back.
Right. My old roommate used to leave pots. She just, I said, I have ADD. My old roommate, her ADD was like compared to mine, it was like Popeye took spinach and just got into action. Like her shit was always, so she would always come home and her thing was she wanted to have some tea. So then she set up some boiling water on the pot and then go in her room and then tap, 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 tap. She was a stud, by the way, P. We talked about the LGBTQ. So she's a stud, so she's hollering at chicks. You know how it is. Hollering at chicks, what's up, Darren? What's up, girl? And usually, I'm like, yo, you left that pot on. One night, I woke up in the middle of the night because I had a dream, and in my dream, I'm smelling burnt pipes. And I'm like, whoa. And for some reason, and then in my dream, I'm like, well, the heat's on. And I'm like, No, the heat's not on. It's July. And then I woke up, still smelling that burning metal. I go running into the kitchen. She was in her bedroom, knocked out. There is an empty, charred pot burning on the freaking on the stove. We had to have a talk about that. Like, listen, I don't want to die. Like, at least not from unnatural causes. So,
name a natural cause that you want to die from.
Huh? Name a natural. Old age. Okay. Done and done.
Done and done. There it is.
Shoot. Oh man, P. So with that, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do it for this week, man. So can I tell you I've transitioned to my new job.
Okay.
It's going all right. I'm liking it. I'm autistic behavior support.
All right.
And working with young kids, doing my little part to give back. It feels better than delivering for Amazon. It was funny because I knew like there would be times where, some of the population is nonverbal autistic kids. And so, sometimes you might have to wipe an ass here or there, right? It was so funny because like during my, when I did the interview for this position, I thought I was working for Amazon. And so I'm sitting there after I did the interview and I'm sitting there in that hot box truck that I described. And I was like, good Lord, I hope I get the opportunity to have some feces flung at me rather than keep doing this job. It was a sick joke, but yeah, I was joking. Oh, with that, folks, and on that note, we're going to do it. That'll do it for this week's Run of the D Train with Darren DeVoue. TJ, I'll talk to you soon if you're listening. You better be listening. Put on a tux for your wedding. Gave a great groomsman speech too. So don't forget to cash at P $1. And if you miss any of CMPRadio.net's content, you can go to the YouTube or Facebook page for CMPRadio.net. And also, don't forget to check out the merch that we have. Chester Voice of Chester T-shirts. They come in black on white, white on black, pink on black, pink on gray. All right, pink on gray. And also there's other merch. We have What Would Josh Do, which is a good segue into the other shows that we have here at CMPRadio.net. We have The 10 of Life with Mr. Muhammad. Again, hey, Tyra. Where's Pete? Oh, my bad, Mom. Oh, she did it. Okay. I did it, Mom. Also, 10 of Life, Respect for Life with Mr. Muhammad. The 10 of Life with Tyrone Rex. So I guess Tyrone and Mr. Muhammad are both of the Islamic variety, P? I'm not even trying to be funny, like, no? What? Oh, they both are? Okay, so there we go. Okay. So there you go. All kinds. This is such a diverse little lineup here at the station, P. Hey, the sisters, I haven't heard them lately. The sisters, these chicks have sister. I can't hear you. Oh, that's today? Okay, there we go. Watch the ladies. You got to watch them. Now, see, but I'm curious, P, that conversation is funny, but I like unfiltered. Growing up in a house with a single mother when she had her women friends over, you hear, they're a little, I'm sorry, P, but I got to say, I think women have raunchier conversations than guys. Huh?
You want my input on this stuff? These are your thoughts, and this is the end of the show. This is your thoughts. I don't have nothing to do with it.
You just don't care. You just don't. I think that's just my opinion. Women have raunchier conversations than guys. Anyway, we'll see you next week, folks. Folks show. And up until then, what are you going to do up until next Sunday?
Who, me?
Everyone.
I don't know.
What do we want everyone to do on this show, P?
I don't know.
Have a
peaceful,
productive, and positive week. I got to hold his hand and walk him.
This is what you say.
Yeah. Peaceful, productive, and positive week. That's what I get for making it P words, trying to give you the home. I'm going to come up with a D ones.
Yeah. Have a destructive, drunk,
delinquent
day. Like, come on. No. I love you, bro. Appreciate you.
With all that affection, love it. We'll see you next week, folks. Have a good one.
We're talking about the heroic work of two men.
We're going after your train.